Yeah, good morning everybody. Welcome to our daily live stream, fourth day into our series about Cloud ERP process map. And yeah, I'm getting used to it every morning. I'm happy to feel secure with all these tools, and welcome to all our viewers and guests on YouTube and also on LinkedIn. Yeah, today I brought a different cup of coffee. Nimm dir Zeit für mehr. Yeah? Take your time for the sea. So it's at least in the northern hemisphere getting time to plan for vacations, for travels, or maybe even you have already started. So that's possible because summertime is coming. Yeah. Anyway, we will have our live streams each morning, so if you want to join. But yeah, maybe you happen to know that we also use many possibilities to go into road trips all over the world, to explore the world and to get to know it. If you are a subscriber in our YouTube channel, for example, then you see that sometimes we post some road trip videos. Yeah? So then I'm interviewed and I give some thoughts about Cloud ERP and business process intelligence from that road trips. Yeah? So we were in Tanzania, in Iceland, in Leipzig and Netherlands, so you might enjoy it. And one thing that I learned when I was in Iceland actually was how important it is to have a good map. A good map. Yeah. So I brought something today. Which is a small video which I made in Iceland. Yeah, driving on that roads. Yeah, it was in actually end of February, beginning of March, and it was cold and snowy and windy and icy, so a little adventurous. It's always a little bit adventurous when we do our road trips because mostly we book the flight in the first night and then we look what happens. So it's like a little adventure. And so this is our YouTube channel. If you are watching in YouTube, you already know that already. If you're watching on LinkedIn, you are also invited to have a look, check it out. And here we have this video which I recorded driving in Iceland. So this is me, yeah. Obviously, my wife is filming and I'm driving, and this is the one before me. And yeah, so our goal was, this is actually snow way going over the streets. Yeah, it is strong winds and much snow lying around, and the wind is putting this snow over the street. So it's kind of first difficult, but then later fun and even mesmerizing to drive. So that you have an impression what kind of conditions we might have in our road trip in Iceland. Yeah. So but I made another video. You want to check that out. That's also on YouTube, where I luckily made it to the we luckily made it to the hotel in time, and even they were fully booked, but they took us anyways. So sometimes the hospitality is very good in Iceland, I must say. But I took this video and I showed this map. This is the map of Iceland, and it's very important Yeah, if you are traveling in such conditions, you must imagine there's this mountain area, the highlands, so-called highlands. It's all snowy, and most of these roads are blocked in this season. Yeah, so you can drive here, yeah, at the so-called ring road outside around Iceland, and we had this trip to this peninsula, and it was very good to have this map. And in this map you have this, what are the special attractions you want to see if you go there. Yeah? And also you can see we have written some additional attractions here, which we want also to see. Yeah. So it's always good to have such a map or such a plan if you go on a road trip, yeah, and then to have this road map. So, and that is also what we are talking today about, because this is no live stream about traveling the world. Yeah, of course this is a comparison. Yeah, so if you might be aware, the word map appears twice in our title. Yeah, so we have the live stream Cloud ERP process, Adapro process map. Here we have it. Yeah, so we're talking about how can we use processes as a map to navigate our trip, our journey into the future. And also here today, today's topic, unleashing the power of S/4HANA Cloud Modular Application Portfolio. So we have here also a hidden map. Yeah, so it's an acronym. If you take this first letters of Modular Application Portfolio, MAP, it's also map. So fun fact, but it's not an incident, it's by intention. So that's what we will be talking about today. So let me go and maybe switch me on so that you, okay, that's not the best idea. Let's switch me off. Good, so join us on Menti, because today also, as each day, we want to make it an interactive experience. Yeah, I want to tell something, give an input, yeah, a short input, but also we used to do polls. And what you can also do, starting from today and into the future, in each live stream, you can ask questions. So if you have any question, for example, there is a possibility on each slide to submit a question. Yeah. So it might be on the bottom right corner, a small circle where you can enter, or if you're joining via a mobile phone, there's a button or something like this, so you can submit if you have a question, and then we will have a look at the end and see of these questions what we can also cover. Good, so join us in Menti, and here is the code. You have to enter this code 89035957 for today. Already 3 joined and 4, so welcome. Good. So yesterday we did also a poll. And this is the result from yesterday. What are the most critical success factors in Cloud ERP transformation? Yeah. This was what we asked yesterday, and we asked the participants to make a ranking. Yeah. And these were the winners. So first is strong executive sponsorship, and second is fit to standard. And there's a certain gap. Yeah, maybe this got the most points with some, as we say in German, mit Abstand. And then the others, which are all also very important. Yeah, reusable best practice process, effective change management, predefined packages, robust data migration strategy, and even seamless integration with existing systems. This was interesting to see, because as polls got in, first it was seamless integration with existing systems leading, and then, but in the end it was strong executive sponsorship and fit to standard. Yeah, and I found this insightful, because Yeah, I agree. It is necessary if you want to succeed with Cloud ERP, not only to find the best standard processes for the company, but also that the executive sponsorship stands behind it. So that was fun. We did that yesterday. Now let's jump into today's topic, and here we have it: the S/4HANA Cloud Modular Application Portfolio, MAP, our map again. Yeah, functional scope. Yeah, what is it? It is a slide from SAP actually, and I especially love this slide, I must say. Yeah, it's very, in my opinion, insightful, and so many or even most things that come from SAP are very good, but there are some things that are extraordinarily good. So I like this slide, extraordinarily. Yeah, so it's like a road, or what you can say, and this covers the core functionalities of S/4HANA Enterprise Management. Yeah, and it is subdivided in certain, I would say, functional areas. Yeah, so like to keep it simple: buying, supplying, making, selling, financing, designing, or maybe I should go in that sequence. Yeah, buying, designing, supplying, maintaining, making, servicing, selling, people, finance, and cross topics. And here we even see the functional areas, or I should say maybe even process areas, which are covered by this solution. So as we said, S/4HANA Cloud and even Business by Design are the beating heart of your company. Yeah, it is the core of your company. And here is where all the good stuff happens. Excuse me. So let's have a look. And we see that, for example, let us have a look at the buying. Yeah. So we have this operational procurement. We have sourcing and contract management. We have supplier management, procurement analytics, and invoice management. So everything you need to have a core for procurement. Yeah. But since this is a core, it is not everything. So around that core there is more, obviously. Yeah. And that is typically architecture which we also find in like bigger mid-market companies or even large enterprises. It is a component. Yeah, component architecture. This is independent of let's say, SAP. There are some different solutions and applications used, and they are interconnected with interfaces and so on. So even here, it is a component structure, I would say, or a extension possible. Yeah, to have additional, deeper functionalities. For example, to have a central procurement. So that central procurement, what does it mean? It means that a special functionality for a for companies which are into the same mother company, yeah, affiliated companies, and they have, for example, a central procurement for all. Yeah? So they get better conditions if they negotiate with their suppliers. So it is about consolidating the even purchasing requests into that central procurement department, and also to make this this central purchasing contracts available to all of the departments and companies within that affiliated companies. Yeah. So that is a very, very intelligent functionality. And therefore we see this is something special. It is marked in a light blue. So this dark blue, it says the meaning of the dark blue is it is already included in the core license for S/4HANA Cloud. While the light blue means it is in S4HANA, or it is in S4HANA Cloud, but you have to purchase an additional license for this. Yeah, unlock that functionality if you want to use that. Yeah, that makes sense, because not everybody automatically says, okay, we have a central procurement department, we don't need that, and therefore why should they pay it? Yeah, so you have a certain optionality in that. And then we can go even further, yeah, because then there are these, as we call it, line of business solutions, LOB solutions, and they have this, like SAP Ariba and SAP Fieldglass. Yeah, they are additional functionalities, very deep functionalities of the buying experience that are available as additional also solutions or components, I should say. Of course, also additional licenses, and you can connect them. They are in a standard integration scenario with the S4HANA core connected, obviously. So there you have, for example, a guided buying, business network, and services procurement. Services procurement is SAP Fieldglass, and business network and guided buying is SAP Ariba. So yesterday I brought an example about old processes and new processes, about reimagining your processes, which is, for example, the request for quote, and to have in the past you send out a request for quote, and then as a PDF in an email, and you get supplier quotes as emails back, maybe as PDFs, and you have to enter them in the system. And I said this was an old process, but in the future there can be a new process in which you have a portal, in portal which you put your supply request for quote, and then the suppliers can directly enter their supply quotes into that, and then you can negotiate in that portal. Yeah. And this is a more efficient and even more effective process. It is not an old process, but a intelligent process, I should say. Modernized process. So that was an example that I mentioned yesterday. And to make things clear, this is not part of the core of S4HANA Cloud, but it's part of these LOB solutions here. Yeah. So if you want to have that, then there is additional SAP software standard processes available, additional components. And now the thing is, I can choose from that what I need. Yeah, that is the first step to make your roadmap. Yeah, if you remember what I just said about this one, yeah, it's a similar thing. Yeah, so you have different spots of interest, attractions you want to visit, and also you make your own notes what you want to have. So make your own plan out of that. Yeah, that is maybe a similar thing you can do with this modular application portfolio. So there are several process areas covered. I did now make a little bit deeper dive into that buying, because maybe it's the first one, but obviously there are also other, like designing, design your products, product lifecycle management, product compliance, enterprise portfolio and product management. So for a German construction or German engineering company, that's exactly what they need, because they want to make new designs for new, let's say, machineries. This is what is done typically in German mid-market companies. Of course, there are many others, but this is what we are famous for, but even around the world. So there's no limit to that, obviously. So And also supply. Yeah, supply making. And this is always a core functionality of an ERP system, obviously. To have the inventory, to have the warehousing, to plan for the demand and matching of the demand and supply, the MRP run, material requirements planning, for example. Very important. And we have this advanced order promising, which is ATP, available to promise, as we say. But even here in S/4HANA, as an additional license, we have this advanced order promising. It's a more sophisticated way of making promises to your customers when you take his order, how much will be delivered and at what time it will be delivered. Now, this is, for many mid-market companies, this is a real wow, so that this is possible. And we can now, of course, take the time to dive into all of these in more detail. But since this is only a short live stream, morning live stream, I just want to mention this. We took all the time we needed to go through all of these in all of these details. So we have this program. This program is called SAP Business by Design versus S/4HANA Cloud, Compare the Facts. And this is consisted of, let me make me visible so that you see me. So this consisted of 7 episodes, 90 minutes each. And in this program, we are going through all of these in every detail. So we have one episode for buying, one episode for supplying and production, and one episode for selling, and one episode for finance. So in each of these 90-minute episodes, we're going through all of these details because, as you see, there's a lot of details. And I should do one other remark. You already see, if you have in mind, the comparison between SAP Business by Design and S/4HANA Cloud, many similarities, but also some differences. So obviously, you have the many similarities, which is, for example, operational procurement, sourcing and contract management, supplier management, procurement analytics, invoice management. You can say the same about SAP Business by Design. But when it comes to central procurement, it's already getting difficult, because then you ask yourself, how can I do this with SAP Business by Design? No, there's no meaningful way to do that. It is in that deepness of functionality difficult. You can do it, but it is somewhat tricky and maybe needs some workaround, and it's not really, I should say, designed for it. So if you want to have deeper functionalities, more advanced functionalities, and then sometimes this S/4HANA Cloud is better for you. If you are okay with the core functionalities, then you can still see, okay, then maybe SAP Business by Design is good for you. And same with advanced order promising, ATP, available to promise. In SAP Business by Design, you also have this ATP, available to promise. You can do with SAP Business by Design already. But taking this advanced order promising, this has additional features. You can have contingents for bottleneck products and resources. Contingente, as we say as in German. Maybe contingent is not the right English word. Contingente. Pre-planned buckets. How much you want to sell in the future in each month or in each quarter, for example. That's it. And then you can do the ATP against that. These contingente. These buckets. And this is an advanced functionality of S/4HANA Cloud, yeah? Plus the additional licenses, yeah? That you want to have then in this case, if you need that, yeah? If this is important for you. And as we already see, it all depends what is important to you, yeah? Because if you go back again to that, yeah, to that map here, yeah, there isn't even the time to visit all of these interesting spots, yeah. Even if you have a whole day for that peninsula, you cannot visit every, and yeah, sometimes you have to drive from the main road into some very remote areas which are difficult to reach, and you lose a lot of time. And so that is why it is so important to choose your own journey, yeah, from the standard processes which are offered, which are the spots that you want to see, and which are the spots that you say, okay, I don't need that for me, it's not interesting for me. Yeah. So that is so important before we decide which of these functionalities and even which of these solutions we choose. And this is why we have this program also, SAP Business by Design versus S/4HANA Compare the Facts, so you can compare the solutions. But then after that, you want to start your roadmap or plan your roadmap. You want to make sure that you know your own processes and then have a comparison between your own processes and the processes that SAP offers. And for that, I like this overview of this modular application portfolio, because it gives us on one slide at least the areas which we need to look more into and have a good overview. And this is what a map is for, actually. Yeah. And one last remark before we come to the interactive part. Oh, yeah. If you log into SAP S/4HANA Cloud and post these processes, then you see there are many similarities between SAP Business by Design and S/4HANA Cloud. So if you are used to SAP Business by Design and you log into S/4HANA Cloud, you feel somewhat at home, I must say. It's a little bit different, but it's also a little bit or very much the same or similar, I would say. Yeah? In the, I would say, how you use it. As someone you're used to Business by Design, you shouldn't be too surprised. Okay, so let's go on. This is my question to you today, our poll. It is about, what is your process knowledge? What is our process knowledge? My process knowledge ranking. So what process do you know most about? Do you know most about buying? Do you know most about supplying? Do you know most about making, production? Do you know most about selling, sales? Do you know most about finance, about design, about maintaining, about service, or about people, which is HR, obviously? Yeah. So you can now build a sequence of that. In the tool, you can enter your first, what you know most about, and you can enter your second, what you know second most about. So we're getting already the first answers. Thank you. And I'll also start some maybe start some timer. And also enter my sequence, what I know most about. Okay, so what I know most about. we do that again? Supply, buy, make, sell, finance. So 6 answers. So let me give you a timer. Start countdown. Let's say 30 seconds. So take some seconds before we close the poll. Thank you for the feedback already. It's interesting. So service is what is the winner? Service is the winner. What most people know most about. Selling, second. Supplying, third. Nearly the same as selling. And then fourth, buying. Fifth, making. Sixth, finance. Well, that is surprising a little bit to me, I must say. Yeah, because finance you need always. Yeah, but obviously selling you need also always. Yeah. And people always, you need always also. Yeah. And maintaining and designing. Okay, so thank you very much. Interesting. Interesting. So that was fun. And yeah, so if you had any questions during the session, you had the possibility to also enter these. I'll just give you 30 more seconds. If you have now any question, this is, I would say, there's no need or no pressure to must ask a question or something like this. Yeah, this is a possibility we will offer every day. If during the presentation, during the live stream, you have any question, you can also enter in each slide. And if there's no question, that's also fine for me. And then at the end, we will have a look. Is there any question? If not, then we will go on. And that is what we will do now. You can do that every day in our live stream from now on. And this time I do it right. Switch me off, because then you can read the title of tomorrow, which is S/4HANA Cloud, the most comprehensive integrated cloud ERP. So we'll have a look at all these possibilities and all, get a little bit in touch with this system in a real visible way, yeah, so that it is not all only maps and slides. Yeah, so that is what we can expect tomorrow, and yeah, hope to see you there. Make the webcam and wave a goodbye. Thank you for joining today, and yeah, have a good day. Until tomorrow. Bye.